How do you know your 9 to 5 job is actually a trap? I'm going to give you some examples through my personal experience, how I knew that it was a trap. So the first thing is bonus. I have a 6-figure salary. I have a high-paying job. And part of that job is that you receive annual bonus. Exciting, right? The biggest bonus I ever received was 40 grand. It's not huge, but it's pretty nice, 40 grand, right? So I remember first time I received it. Of course, before it's dropped in the bank, you know you're going to receive it. So you look at the details and you're thinking, wow, that's a lot of money. I worked hard. So it's exciting. But then what you see in your bank account is actually half of that. So you receive 20. And I thought, whoa, okay. Well, that's not as I thought it would be. The next time I received bonus again, and it was again pretty big, similar to what I just talked about. Another 40, like something. And the second time I wasn't as excited because I knew it's not really that much. I wasn't excited about the March time, which is when you receive the bonus. I thought, okay, whatever. I'm still not getting what I'm supposed to get. I'm getting half of it. And it stopped being a motivation for me, because it should be your motivation. You receive a bonus. It's the whole point. At the end of the year, you sum up the work, and if you're good at what you're doing, you should be happy. So that was the first sign. It was the first sign when I realized, well, something's not right here. The next thing is taxes, which is related to the bonus. So you pay high tax. Yeah, when you earn 6-figure salary, you pay high tax. You know that. But nobody ever questions that. People say, meh, taxes, even with the bonus, right? The people say, yeah, you pay, everybody else is paying that much. It's normal. Well, to me, it's not. When you think about taxes, it's kind of accepted that you pay that much. But then I started thinking, well, is everybody paying taxes like I do? Well, no. The rules are such that poor people, they don't pay taxes, right? Because they have no income. Okay, so they don't pay taxes. What about the rich? Do they pay taxes? Not really. There's a study that shows that wealthiest families in the United States pay, on average, 8% in taxes. What? So poor don't pay taxes, rich don't pay taxes. So who's paying taxes? Me. You. Professionals. Well-educated, well-trained, experienced, have careers. We pay taxes. We're the biggest taxpayers. And it's not just the employees who work for the employers that pay taxes. It's the self-employed people as well. What about lawyers? What about doctors? Small businesses? They're in the same boat, pretty much. They have a little bit more flexibility in terms of optimizing their taxes. So this taxation thing got me thinking, is something wrong here? Because I'm willing to pay taxes if everybody else is paying taxes. But that's not the case. The next thing is time. When I had a 9-to-5 job, I never had enough time to do stuff. It got so bad. I didn't have time to do my chores, like get a haircut, you know, drive your mom to doctor's appointment. Like every time I had to do something for myself, it was a challenge. I couldn't find the time. Why? Well, because I spend most of my time working, and time is limited, right? You sleep 8 hours a day, and then you spend 8 hours, maybe more, at work, and then you need some time for yourself. I found it really strange why I don't have time for things that I really need to do. These are basic things, right? And on the weekends, your weekends just blow by. You're not really doing anything, but you still don't have time. To me, that's not normal. When you don't have enough time, when you have a 9-to-5 job and you don't have enough time to do personal things, and I'm in a good position. I don't have that many responsibilities. I don't have children. I'm not married. So I'm actually having it easy. Imagine people with kids and families. How do they manage? I don't know and understand. So time, or constant lack thereof, is the third thing that got me thinking. Something's not right here. And finally, the fourth thing is the knowledge. When I stopped doing that 9-to-5, I realized how far behind I am on all the knowledge that's out there. I don't understand how financing works, where to invest, artificial intelligence, how does that work? So basically, when I finished working 9-to-5, I realized that I'm a dinosaur. I fell so behind on the knowledge. And I never had time, because you need time to research all that and to understand all these things, to educate yourself. So you're really becoming stupid. Like, you can't keep up with everything that's going on. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. But like I said, I have more free time than most people. So that's another thing. Those gaps in the knowledge, because everything develops so fast, and those gaps that you develop, and because you have this 9-to-5 and you're not really thinking about anything else. Okay, I'm getting my paycheck, that's enough. Reality is, it's not. So these are the four things that make me realize my 9-to-5 is a trap. Money doesn't make me happy. My bonus doesn't make me happy. I pay so much tax. The knowledge gap, and you never have time. So all in all, it didn't come to me like this one night or one morning. It sort of accumulated, and I realized what's happening. But now I know it is a trap. And so I wonder what you feel like. What do you think? If you like the content, please click the like and subscribe buttons. There's going to be more next week.